Here.
Mr. Martin?
Here.
Mr. Leisure?
Here.
Mr. Ross?
Here.
Mr. Shingle?
Yep.
Mr. Schreiber?
Here.
Mr. Skinner?
Here.
Please join me in the pledge of the flag.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The middle school students here yet? Awesome.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity. At this time, it is my honor to present our Students of the Month for September. These students have shown excellence in academics and behavior and have exhibited the ideals of preparation, respect, integrity, dedication, and engagement that are part of our middle school philosophy. Our first Student of the Month is 7th grader, Mr. Tyler Clutter. Tyler has several hobbies that interest him, including video gaming, model plane building, and drawing, all of which he has dedicated a lot of time to. Of these three hobbies, Tyler is currently working the most with drawing, as he stated he is able to draw with great detail and hopes to improve upon his skill with more time and practice. In addition, it is his hobby of video gaming that Tyler is most proud of in his life. Tyler has been playing video games since he was 7, is one of the best gamers around, and will never stop playing video games. Tyler stated that he has a very small family containing of only about 8 members, and it is his dad that Tyler looks up to the most in his life. Tyler plans to get a job and a Lamborghini in the future, and stated that he will never stop until both of these things are obtained. Congratulations, Tyler, and we wish you the best of luck in your future. Our second Student of the Month for September is 8th grader, Miss Bryn Clare. Bryn is the daughter of Kevin and Julie Clare, is an older sister to her brother Nate, and has a cat named Skittles, right? In her free time, Bryn enjoys playing soccer for the middle school team and hopes to be on the track team when she gets to high school. Additionally, Bryn loves baking and cooking, and one of her favorite desserts to make are snickerdoodles. Bryn, if you ever need someone to taste test the snickerdoodles, I talked to Mr. Wilson, and he said that him and I will be good volunteers for that. Of all of her successes, Bryn is most proud of her work ethic and grades. She makes sure to finish everything that she starts and is very receptive to insights and advice from her coaches and teachers. Bryn, these characteristics will take you very far in your life. When asked about who she looks up to most in her life, Bryn said it is her mother and father because they set good examples, support her in everything that she does, and balance the roles of professionals and parents in their everyday lives. Mr. and Mrs. Clare, we want to thank you for the impact you have had in Bryn's life, and her positivity and success is a direct result of your influence and hard work. In the future, Bryn plans to go to college to be a children's occupational therapist and to one day have a family of her own. We wish you the best of luck, Bryn, and congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Not yet. And Mrs. Palmerson.
Okay, we'll go to Citizens Library Representative, Mr. Franz.
Good evening, everybody. Passed out a handout. This is one of the more exciting things we have going on right now.
As you know, I stood up here and talked about funding and how we have issues and problems, and I get it, it's economics, and these things happen. We've been looking for a way to sustain our funding from across the board. Now, this is in no way, shape, or form a replacement for the municipalities and school districts that are helping us out. But we've had a shortfall over the last few years of $100,000 from our municipal funding. 5 years ago, it was $174,000. This year, it's somewhere around $56,000. So this is one way we're working on this. Mr. Harden asked me a few meetings ago how we can rectify a lot of the stuff that's going on, and I mentioned the public knowing about it. We've gone out and we've gotten the public involved. We've found some major movers and shakers in the area that believe what the library is doing is the right thing and want to continue. So we've started this Cornerstone Legacy program. We're going to have a kickoff in November, a little luncheon, dinner, whatever it may be. And we believe that this will really, really help us move forward and keep the library as a viable option for the community. Just had some news from Mr. Shingle. We're going to work on getting a location or a red box type of dispensary system in West Alexander. He's talked with some supervisors in there, and they actually have a room that we could use if we were to put in some type of a remote library. And that's one of the things I've wanted to work on, is West Alexander and Glaysville are underserved just because of the demographics. We can't get there. We can't get to the library. So this is part of what we're going to work on once all this wonderful money starts coming in. Also, another item, we have new bylaws. As of 2 nights ago, they were approved. So that's a big step forward for the library also, and it lets us be more flexible and do more things that we really need to do. And the good fun stuff, if you know anybody that wants to do any type of recording, whether it's music recording, whether it's video recording, YouTube postings, things like that, we have a brand new, it's called a One Button Studio in our makerspace in the bottom of the library. And we actually have, it started a month ago. We actually have a gentleman who comes in twice a week, makes regular postings, regular videos, and posts them on YouTube. It's a wonderful thing for the teens especially to be involved with, to find out how all this wonderful stuff works. So the programs are going, we're getting the base going, and we should be good in the near future. Thank you very much for all your support.
Thank you. High School Student Council representative.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Nick Stanek. I'm the Student Council Vice President. So, a group of high school student leaders form a group called the SWAG Team. SWAG stands for Students with a Goal. Their goal is to do what they can to create a positive environment in the high school. This committee is made up of student representatives of Teen Action, NHS, Student Council, and the FFA. On Friday, September 15th, the SWAG team hosted a back-to-school pizza party for all faculty and staff. Pizza, salad, and cookies were enjoyed by all. It was a great day of fellowship as we celebrated everything positive about McGuffey High School. The following girls have been elected to the McGuffey High School's Homecoming Court 2017. Tabitha Baker, McKenna Hammond, Madison Janovich, Kaylee Pilla, Rachel Roberts, Kimber Rogers, Jory Wolf, and Nikki Yonish. The presentation of the Homecoming Court and crowning of the Queen will be taking place on Friday, October 6th before the varsity football game against South Portland. The Student Council is sponsoring a homecoming dance on Saturday, October 7th in the high school gymnasium. National Honor Society is hosting a blood drive on October 12th from 8:30 to 1:30 in the high school gym. Public is welcome and encouraged to donate. Walk-ins welcome, and contact Susan Hamilton in the high school to schedule. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sutter's presentation. This is student. Monthly action item. Need a motion to approve the minutes of August 3rd, 2017.
So moved.
Second. Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Need a motion to approve the minutes of the August 24th, 2017 school board meeting.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Motion to approve the general fund schedule of bills from
So moved.
4 to 9/21. Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Motion to approve the food service schedule of bills dated 9/21. Check number 7264.
So moved.
7282.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Motion to approve the treasurer's report for July and August 2017 as submitted.
So moved.
Second. Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Public comment on agenda items.
Mr. President, we only have one speaker, Mr. Rochambeau, to the podium, please.
Frank Archambault, Donald Township. What do you say to yourself when you talk to yourself? In a few moments, you're going to be making a decision on number 7, the superintendent's report. SWIS, SECO, Swiss, ISIS, Swiss license agreement, and when I read that, I, of course, was hit by the ISIS, and I went, what is that? So I went looking. And I found that it was a replication of a program that you initiated 2, maybe 3 years ago, which I voted no against. And my argument at that time was a Fourth Amendment violation of the students' rights because I thought that it was an intrusion into their everyday life. It was explained to me that it was in fact not, but that it was a program by which the school could track and monitor at-risk students. What was never fully explained to me was what was the risk that the students were at risk of. If it was failing academically, it would seem to me that that would be an issue that would be academic with an educator and a student, not necessarily some kind of a surveillance program. And when I went and researched the agreement that you're going to approve or disapprove, you're going to vote on, it's a duplicate, and by their own word, I didn't bring my notes and I wish I had because their words are much better than mine. But they intend that they didn't do a good enough job the last time. And of course, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again and hoping for a different outcome. So I'm going to ask that the board do not approve number 7 of the superintendent's report, which is the license agreement. It's not a lot of money, but it's not the money. It's the program. It's the intrusion into a child's life. And the child has no idea that it's actually happening because documentation is happening without a child knowing about it. Now, there is, perhaps, Mr. Solicitor, you could tell me, justification for a school to have charge over a student's Fourth Amendment rights. You couldn't do that to an adult, but apparently you can do it to a child. But I wonder if the parent of a child would actually acquiesce to a school that they send their child to, actually looking into their every little personal movement and action. Now you know what you say when you talk to yourself.
Any other public comment on agenda item? Sorry about that, folks. Okay, hearing none, we'll go on. Any committee recommendations? Superintendent's report. Tenure status.
Ms. Callie Booth and Ms. Caitlin Group have both acquired 3 consecutive years of satisfactory teaching in the Guthrie School District, meeting the requirements of the school code to acquire tenure. Congratulations to both of them.
Okay, number 2, 3, and 4, and grouped together, any motion to approve the application for homebound instruction to student agency. Motion and second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Drop down to number 5, need a motion to approve the county and institution of higher education articles agreement for college service. Second. Motion and second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. A motion to approve Ms. Courtney Riggle conduct her practicum experience in the fall of 2017.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 7, I need a motion to approve the agreement between the Guthrie School District and Swiss, Seco Swiss, and This is Swiss.
So moved.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion?
Go ahead.
Wait, but on what you were going to say. Mr. Marshall did have a question. I figured this would be the time to,
Can't hear you. What?
figured this would be the time to address the questions you had
Yes.
earlier.
As we previously explained, it's a data management system that does help us summarize any referrals for students that are disciplinary in nature. There are many at-risk components that we consider, and when we talk about at-risk, we're talking about academic at-risk. It could be attendance, it could be discipline. This one is.
I can't hear you.
This one is specifically focused on discipline
How do we currently do that now, Dr. Colette?
with this system.
This is just a renewal.
This is a renewal.
This is a renewal, it's in the
It's not a
budget.
new system.
Any other questions on the motion?
And who has access to that? Are we the only ones? It's just a web-based thing that collects data and stores it in a,
It's a
In the cloud.
school-based team that has access.
big
A
part?
school-wide team that has
The team,
access.
basically
SAP.
administrator, SAP.
Mhm.
But it doesn't stop there.
Does it, that was my question. In the description, it says it helps schools in making decisions on discipline,
Each school has access to their own data.
yet no other schools have access to ours. So it's in-house.
Correct. And even the staff at Joe Walker can access the data at Claysville or it's school-specific.
What happens to the data after the kids are out?
I don't know the answer to that.
So basically, it's no more different than Power School or anything else that we're using right now, correct? Other than the
Correct.
fact that it's discipline specific.
And it's organized in a summary manner that we can expedite.
Mr. Shingle, I think I can shed light on your question. Both state and federal laws and regulations require that disciplinary information be destroyed at periodic times, primarily when you go from building to building, and certainly when you leave the system. So our policies would cover that, and they would be destroyed at those periodic.
Any other questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Need a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding and letter of agreement between Washington Community Human Services, Inc. and the Guthrie School District.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions on the motion?
I thought we did this last month. It's the same thing we did last month? This is the counseling thing?
It is the student assistance program. We may have done the elementary last one. That's it.
Any other questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Motion to approve the agreement between Guthrie School District and CAST for services rendered for the 2017 school year.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on the motion?
I did have a question on that. Is this for two individuals? Is that what I read? Or how many people do we send that? This is for
Our
the
staff
UDL.
is going, yes, and it's hosted here in the district.
It's hosted here.
Mhm.
As I read that, I believe it said something about room board and all that stuff. Or is that for them to come here?
It's for them to come.
Okay, thank you.
I had a question. Is this the one? I don't know if this is the one. Is this the one that's $7,000?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a couple of
There's
questions.
a credit that brings it down slightly
It was 3,500 for one and 3,500 for the other. Yeah, two things. This is to help the teachers learn how to do what?
to build their professional capacity so that they're meeting the needs of all learners. And they're bringing in instruction, creating instruction, designing instruction that meets the three networks for learning.
The way I read it, it was to tailor the lessons to each individual, basically.
They're designing lessons that meet the needs of all of our learners, yes.
So, in other words, if you do better writing an essay than I do, and I can draw a picture, is that right?
But it could. The goal of Universal Design for Learning is that everyone has the same goal, but how they go about demonstrating their acquisition of that goal might be different.
Okay, so, isn't that Van Flossen's thesis? Why are we implementing that now?
It's not working on the thesis.
Yeah.
No. And we've been doing some work around UDL with some groups for 2 years now. This is our third year.
So the other question I had was, I know Title II was cut pretty significantly, and this is $7,000 in one clip. Is that going to lead? Is that even fair? I don't know.
Well, it's bringing somebody into the district instead of sending
Yeah.
sending groups of people out. So it is maximizing, this is one of our in-service days, so anybody who would be available to attend.
So it's not just for one, or not, it's for a group then?
Correct. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yes.
Any other questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 10, motion to approve the Southwestern Pennsylvania Human Services Care Center letter of agreement.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Motion to approve the Southwestern Pennsylvania Human Services Care Center referral service agreement contract.
So moved.
Second. No cost to district. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Motion to approve the independent contractor agreement between Caring Michigan Home Care LLC.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 13 and 14, one is to declare it unusable and the other is to say we can get rid of it. So we have to, need a motion to declare the Hamilton piano as unused.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Is that 13 and 14? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Need a motion to approve members of the McGuffey Career and Technical Education Programs, Local Advisory Committee, and Occupational Advisory Committee as listed.
So moved.
Second. Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 16, 17, and 18, we're receiving, I'm gonna say who they're from. Yost Feed and Supply donated some small engines, 8 small engines. What's the next one? Ohio Technical College donated 4 cycle engines. And we got a Komatsu forklift valued at $3,000 from Gino Salina. So, need a motion to approve those?
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 19, need a motion to approve Mr. John Harold's request to travel to Band of America's Grand
So
National
moved.
Competition in Indianapolis, Indiana. A motion second. Any questions on the motion?
I have a question. In the top, it says band and chorus, but as far as I know, it's just.
Is your question it's band and chorus or just
It
band?
should be just band, I believe, not band and chorus.
Mr. Bonas, can you verify?
Yeah, Mrs. King is going as a chaperone, and the process of doing it for the course, but it is just a band. That's not the same.
So the motion is accurate, it's just the subject that's.
Yeah.
Correct,
The motion is fully accurate.
Yes.
Thank you. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. I need a motion to approve an executive session on personnel and litigation.
Bailey's here.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Back up to me. Student recognition.
Thank you for your patience. I wore high heels today. All right, I have for you some examples of a published poet that we have at McGuffey High School. Last year in 8th grade, for her independent growth learning goal, Bailey crafted more than 8 original poems using different poetry types. Focus areas for her efforts included descriptive use of language, theme, and poetic form. Types of poems that Bailey created included acrostic, lyric, sonnet, free verse, Keatsian ode, terza rima, shape, and ottava rima. Bailey also submitted her poetry for competitions, including LitFest and a middle school online poetry contest that was hosted by PoeticPower.com. I'm pleased to share that Bailey's math class entry, which you have copies of, was selected to be published in their upcoming summer contest book. I am so very proud of her accomplishments, both as a student and as a writer. She exemplifies the very best of our McGuffey student body, and she has an extremely bright future ahead. Congratulations.
Is her work on the website, the school website?
No, but I bet we can put it there.
I think many people would be interested in reading.
Thank you for your time.
I agree about that.
Nice job.
Congratulations, Bailey. Thank you, Mrs. Walden.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Executive session.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.